welcome everybody officially to the first edition, round third of QuizWiz, the first edition where we are officially going live with the Atlassian community. We have Andy, Brijesh, and Nikro with us today, and we're very excited to go forward. We are also waiting for Paras if he joins us. Otherwise, we'll go ahead with the scheduled guests that we have. Before the quiz officially starts, we will have the four guests have a quick introduction done for us. We're still waiting for Paras, so we'll start with Andy.
Thank you very much, Sujit. I am Andy, also known as Community's Fun Man Andy. I work for Old Street Solutions as an Atlassian experience architect. And when I'm not busy with work or family life here in the Netherlands, representing EMEA today, woo! Then I spend all of my time managing community events for the Netherlands, as well as basically spamming everyone on the online community with my emojis and GIFs. That's me.
Thank you, Andy. Over to you, Nikro.
Hi, I'm Likro here from Hong Kong. So I am also a community leader representing Hong Kong. So in my full-time job, I'm leading the agile coaching or transformation in enterprise in Hong Kong as well. So yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Nikro. Over to you, Brijesh.
Hi everyone, Brijesh Jain here. I coming over here from California. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I've been, Atlassian user for many years, and over here, and an enterprise agile coach for the organization that I work for. And I saw some of these videos. I'm also an Atlassian community leader in the San Jose area. So, found out about this about 3 or 4 weeks ago and saw that Slack message or some community message. So thought I will join. You both do a fun job about organizing this quiz. So excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Talking about your quiz masters, we'll start with Sarika. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, myself Sarika Dalal, and I am a Atlassian community leader for Mumbai chapter. I'm working with Rendell from last 3-4 years. That's all about me. I really like to work on the marketplace app development side, and currently working on that. Little bit nervous today, don't know why.
No issues. Everybody is Sarika. Hello everybody, my name is Sajid. I work as an agile enabler, and I feel that I'm more of a consultant. I've had multiple designations over the year. I've always felt like a consultant. Community leader for Delhi Gurgaon chapter, been in the system for around 5 years now. Super excited, super nervous about today's session. So let's get on with it. Folks, these are the quiz details that you have to keep in mind while answering the questions. You all will get 90 seconds to answer a question. Every time a question is read, after that, the time will officially start. Each question will be 10 points. Sarika will be the honorary scorer. She will take care of all the points, do the totaling, and let us know who won the quiz at the end of the show. Each question, if you give a wrong answer, there is no negative marking, but we'll move on to the next person for the chance to give the right answer. If there's a tie, there would be a tiebreaker question that we'll bring in. Please make sure your cameras are on, and like in spirit of the game, do not use internet. That's all we can ask. We're doing this for 16 rounds. We've already had 2 winners. We've had Morgan and we've had Ajay, who have won their respective rounds. We are going to see who wins today's round and joins them. After the 16 rounds, we'll have those 16 winners do a battle of the champions, and then we'll have a final winner of Ace QuizWiz, the first round. One thing to note, if you answer your question out of turn, so like for example, if I'm asking a question to Brijesh and Andy out of his turn answers, Brijesh can use that answer and steal. So I would recommend that do not show or give out the answers if it's not your turn. The order we'll decide by spinning a wheel, so that it's in its fairness. Nobody knows what is the number of question who's going to get, so we'll do that. Before we move forward, any questions, any doubts from anybody?
Nope.
Spinning
Alright.
of the wheel is, no, sorry, ahead. Spinning of the wheel is for every question?
No. So just
For the first
to
one.
determine the order of the quiz itself.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So we'll start with that. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So we spin the wheel to see who's the first person who gets asked the first question. All right. So Nikro, you're the first person. I'll just remove your name from the wheel. Click again to see who's next. Because we don't have Paras, so I think we are just going to. Oh, all right, Brijesh. Brijesh, you're next. So the order is going to be Nikro, Brijesh, and Andy. And we'll start the quiz. In the interest of time, I'll share my screen again, and we'll directly jump to the first question. All right, the most asked question in the last 10 years is, can you guys see my screen? Perfect. So, Andy, Nikro, this is your first question. Created in 2002 under the code name Phoenix, identify the company whose first official logo is shown in the image. So you can think out loud, Nico. There's no problem with that. You'll just have to give me one official answer when you are ready, or you can pass if you don't have. You're on mute, Nico.
We are also thinking Coke name Phoenix. Identify the. I have 90 seconds, right?
Yes.
Let me think of one meaningful one. Before the timer of Will the company just call Phoenix?
Is that your answer?
Yep.
All right. That's not the company name Phoenix. We move on. Brijesh. You're on mute, Brijesh.
Yeah, I think memory is failing me, so I'm gonna do this when I hear the answer.
All right. Do you want to pass?
Yes.
All right, Andy, over to you.
I've never seen that logo in my life.
So as I said, the code name is key here, but that is the first official logo. You might not have seen it, but you definitely know the company and the current logo.
I mean, right now, because we're in an Atlassian community quiz, the only company I can think of that started their official creation in 2002, and I know it had a code name as well, is Atlassian themselves, but I don't remember it being Phoenix or that logo. But I will go with Atlassian.
Not Atlassian. So I'll move on to you, Nikro, but I'll this time give out a hint, and the question will become a 5-point question. All right. So the hint for you guys is, think that the word Phoenix is very accurate here. Phoenix generally means a bird which burns itself, or a fire bird, right? And the other hint that I would give is, it's a free and an open source tool. And in the interest of giving more hint, because if I give out the one hint, it has to be hint for everybody. It's a web browser. Okay, so these are your hint. Web browser. Sorry?
Firefox.
That's right.
I was thinking Mozilla before, but yeah.
I know.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, all right. 5 points to you, Nikro.
Nice one, Nikro. The moment you gave that last hint, I was like, oh, okay, now we.
Yeah, I was thinking Mozilla because well, Andy actually gave a hint because Atlassian was actually named after Godzilla. I was thinking the direction over there. Oh, thanks, Andy.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. This is for you, Brijesh. This company's history dates back to 1865 when Frederick, at this time, established a pulp mill in Finland. A second pulp mill was opened a couple of years down the line in a neighboring town of Dash. I've hidden the town name because that's the key word. Down the road, these companies were merged with two other companies, Finnish Rubber Company and another company called Capelitas. And they worked on 4 main businesses: rubber, forestry, cable, and electronics, before settling on one of which it is widely known for today. Identify the company whose initial logo is shown in the image. So again, just to help you out, Vijesh, look at the keywords. Finnish company started with the name of a town, which is the name of the company as well. And they were into rubber, forestry, cable, and electronics. That's the reason I've removed that name of the town.
So it's a paper mill company. No clue about this, so I'm gonna pass.
They had 4 businesses: rubber, forestry, cable, and electronics. And then they settled for one, and that's what they are known for today.
Oh, so one of those?
Yes.
Ericsson?
Not Ericsson. I'll move on. Andy?
I mean, I was thinking Ericsson, but the name of the town. I'm trying to think of famous Finnish companies. Name of the town. That logo is confusing as hell. I've also never seen that logo in my life.
Oh, I did my research.
You did your research. The only other, but is that the name of a town as well?
Yes.
And I don't know if it's Finnish. Let's go with, I can't remember their history properly, but let's go with Nokia.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my only answer. I can't think of anything else.
Oh! Right. The town of Nokia in Finland was where the second paper mill was found. Then they moved on to rubber, forestry, cable, and then settled on to electronics. And we all know them as Nokia Corporation. I removed the word from above the fish. That's the official complete logo that you see there. Awesome. So Andy gets 10 points for the question because he got the question without a hint. We'll move on to the next question for you, Negro, and this is your question. Founded in Bellevue, Washington, this company kept its initial logo very simple before moving to the one which is famous today. It has a reputation of being a disruptor of well-established industries through technological innovation and mass scale. Which is this company?
I'm still thinking Adobe. It looks like the Adobe logo.
Again, this is I've removed the name of the company from the logo, but yeah, this is what the main logo is.
Well, so my answer is still Adobe.
Okay, your answer is Adobe.
It looks like
not
Adobe.
Adobe. We'll move on. Rajesh?
I'm just gonna say, Bellevue, Washington. Well, that's Redmond, Washington. So
Looks very familiar.
Do you have an answer, Rajesh?
no, pass.
All right, passing on to Andy.
I'm pretty sure this is Uber.
Not Uber. So I'll give out a hint. And we'll start with you again, Nikro. So the keyword again here is, look at the second paragraph. It is known as a disruptor for well-established industries through technological innovation. Not just one industry, but industries through technological innovation and mass scale. And the main hint for you is that what you see there is a river.
Amazon.
Oh, Brijesh.
I shouldn't take that.
I gave it to him. Yeah, it's okay.
Is it? Okay. Amazon then.
Now that you know, of course, it's Amazon. That's right. So, Brijesh gifts 5 points to Nikro.
Thanks, Vijay. So, I remember the icon, but I was thinking like the old Adobe one is like an A shape.
It is an A, so that's how they modeled it. So it's an A, in which, the river is flowing through it. Perfect. So Nikro gets 5 points, Sarika, and we move on to the next question to you, Brijesh.
I accept gifts also, by the way.
All right, Brajesh, this is your question. The Royal Dutch Dash Group was created in the April 1907 through the amalgamation of two rival companies, the Royal Dutch Petroleum Company of Netherlands and the Dash Transport and Trading Company Limited of the United Kingdom. Identify the company whose initial logo is shown in the image.
Shell.
That's right. Great answer. Great guess. That is an image of a shell. The company is called Shell. It was the Royal Dutch Shell Group and the Shell Transport and Trading Company. So Brajesh gets 10 points.
Nice.
We are tied.
Bonus fact, they moved their headquarters to the UK this year and they've lost the royal part. They're no longer they are no longer a Koninklijker. They are
fun man
just
Andy
an average
giving
company.
us fun facts in a fun quiz.
Yes, that's how it goes, right?
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, guys. This was the first round of the general trivia category. We now move on to the Atlassian trivia category and we give it to Sarika to ask the first question. So we'll follow the same order. Since Brajesh answered the question, we'll move on to Andy for the next question. Sarika, over to you.
Yes, sure. So the first question to you, Andy. On which year was Jira Server 1.0 is released?
Nikra knows the answer.
Because the guy come from my university.
I just read the history of Jira yesterday, and my mind's
yesterday,
gone blank.
and he posted, and also he posted in a Atlassian community chat group also.
Yep.
I just saw.
Yeah,
and
this is so
the
bad.
question should not go to Andy.
My mind, no, because it's not the founding year. I want to say.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm gonna go with 2006.
Not 2006. Nikro, do you want to give it a steal?
I thought I got the answer, but Andy remind me it's not the year that it launched. Okay, that's a tricky one.
I think it's a trick question.
Yeah. So, Atlassian, the Jira was the first software launched by Atlassian. That was 2002. And then 2 years later, that come conference. But if you ask about Server 1.0, I think that's something different. I will go to 2003.
Not 2003. Brajesh?
I'm just gonna go sequential, 2004.
Not 2004. All right. I'll give you guys a hint. You guys are very close in terms of years, obviously. So this is the year in which Brazil defeated Germany to become the first 5-time World Cup winners, if you guys know that year.
Well, then that to me, right? Then
no, it
that's
starts
2000.
with Andy because, again, it's a 5-point question. So, Andy, you guys are all very close. So, yeah.
That's Korea. It is 2002 then? I was not thinking 2002. I thought it came. I'm gonna go 2002.
That is right, Nikro. You were so close. It is 2002.
Oh, okay. I'll trick
Atlassian
it.
became real with the launch of Jira 1.0 in server in 2002.
No way.
No. Okay.
I thought
That's
it was a
good.
trick question.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah, it is 2002. All right,
crazy.
Andy gets 5 points for that question.
Woo!
And we move on to Nikro for the next question. Go ahead, Sarika.
Yeah, who is this Chief Technology Officer of Atlassian?
Shit.
And in good spirit, we have options for you.
Oh, doesn't help.
It does not have to.
CTO. So I remember Mike was one of the founder, and the other founder should be starting with J. So I will go Cameron.
Not Cameron.
Okay.
Rajesh.
Currently, right? He's
Yes,
Yeah.
the current
CTO right now.
CTO of Atlassian.
Just random. Jeff Redfern.
And not Jeff Radfern. Over to you, Andy.
Mike's definitely the founder and president, co-president. Cameron is definitely chief revenue officer. I can't remember if they've changed role, but the last time I remember reading anything about the C team, it's Sri Viswanat, right? Is the current CTO? I'm gonna go with Sri.
Sri Viswanath is the current CTO of Atlassian and the right answer. Great.
I was guessing between
Great
Sred and also Camelot. Oh, okay, that's good.
Great track, Andy. Andy's on a roll here. All right, moving on.
10
The
points
next
to
question.
Andy, right?
Sorry?
10 points.
10 points. 10
to
points to
Andy.
Andy. 10 points to Andy. No hint needed in this. I don't know honestly what hint I could have given in these questions though. All right, Nitro, your question is this. Go ahead, Sarika.
When did Atlassian ship its first cloud version of Confluence in Jira?
This cow version. I will go 2014.
No,
Not 2014.
we'll move to Brijesh.
Yes, we move to Brijesh.
Give me a few minutes or 90 seconds. I think it's 3 years ago. '16, 2016.
No,
Not 2016. We move to you, Andy.
2012.
no.
Not
No,
2012. Very close. Sarika, do you have a hint for this year?
No.
All right, let me think of.
Completed my graduation that time. That's it.
I only remember the server version sunset in 2020 because I helped to migrate to the data center.
All right, so I think the hint that I can give is, and if you guys don't get the hint from this, we'll just move on because on the Atlassian question, it's tough to give out hints. The death of Osama bin Laden, that's I think what happened in that year as well. If you guys know. Nikro, do you want to give it a shot?
Can you say that again?
I remember when he died, but like I remember the moment it was announced in the news. I cannot remember the date to save my life.
The year, not even the date, just the year would do.
Yeah.
2015.
Not 15. Moving on, Rajesh.
2000. So it definitely was before Obama was re-elected. So I think it is 2011.
That is the right answer. 2011 is when the Atlassian shipped its first cloud version of Jira and Confluence.
Thank you for an amazing hint.
Perfect. All right. So Brijesh gets 5 points for this question. With that, we move on to Andy for the next question of this round. Sarika, over to you.
Okay, give me a minute, Sajid. I'm just noting down the point.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So Andy, you can still read the question. Who is the Chief Operating Officer of Atlassian? And again, in the same spirit, these are your hints.
Who is the COO of Atlassian?
They've just recently had a little bit of a change, and then the COO is speaking on one of the keynotes.
That is also right.
Is it Anu Bhardwaj?
That is correct.
Oh,
On
yes.
point. Anu Bhardwaj is the COO of Atlassian. Great streak. Andy is on right now. And with that, I think we come to the closure of this first round of the Atlassian quiz. We move back to the general category and we start with you, Nikro. This is your question. Voiced by Paul Bettany in the movies, this character was a very rather intelligent system who later became famous for controlling Hulkbuster, among other things. He was destroyed by Ultron and originally named after Edwin Dash, who also showed up in Agent Carter. Who are we talking about? So if you are a Marvel movies fan,
You are in my
I'm
element.
not a Marvel fan. I was thinking, is that before I born or?
so the Agent
Um,
Carter, is scheduled there, but all of these movies have come up in the last, or series have come up in the last 10. So big Marvel movies fan.
Originally named it after.
His first appearance in the comics is definitely before we were born, Necro.
For sure.
I'm not really a Marvel fan, but you saw the red color. I'm thinking Tony Stark, the Iron Man.
Not the Iron Man. One British.
I'll pass. Andy, take it.
All right, Andy.
This is Jarvis.
That is right. It is Jarvis. And the answer is actually in the question itself. Jarvis translates to just a rather very intelligent system. That's the acronym. I just removed the capitals there. That's what Jarvis stands for, which is the AI that Iron Man had or Tony Stark had before Friday and like a lot of others that came after. So
Good
10
one,
points
Andy.
to Andy for that great pop culture guess, which I was pretty sure Andy would get.
Yeah, sorry, massive nerd.
All right, moving on. Nikro, this is your next question. Never tickle a sleeping dragon is the motto of a very famous school, which is a translation of Dash Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus, the original phrase in Latin. Name the school. So I've removed the first word because it gives it out. But yeah.
Never tickle a sleeping dragon. I know this phrase in Chinese, but not in Latin. It's the motto of a very famous English translation of. I will pass this one. I can't even guess for the Latin.
All right, we move on. Brijesh.
Shaolin?
Not Shaolin. We move on. Andy.
Yeah. For some reason, the dragon thing's got me thinking of Hogwarts, but Hogwarts is not a Latin word.
Yeah.
Never tickle a sleeping dragon.
I was thinking Hogwarts as well.
Yeah, but that's surely not Latin, Hogwarts.
That's Irish or something.
Yeah, right? And it's a very famous school.
Yes.
I mean, fictionally, there's no school more. I'm gonna go with Hogwarts. I'm gonna help Nick. It's not the right answer, so I'm gonna help Necro out by answering the wrong answer. I'm gonna go with Hogwarts.
That
Maybe
is
you
the
can-
right answer.
Oh!
No, really?
Oh.
Yes, if you
Sounds
see
like
the
Latin.
logo or the crest of Hogwarts says Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus. Draco, I didn't want to because if you put Draco,
Oh, of course,
everybody
yes,
knows.
of course.
And yes, that's the crest of the school.
Oh, it was Hogwarts. Do
Very
you know it?
fast.
Because I've read the books loads, so I was like, that Never Tickle a Sleeping Dragon is the Hogwarts logo, but I was confused by the Latin part.
Yeah, so it's written in the Latin. Then in books you can see that that's what it means.
Yeah, I was
10
thinking
points.
Latin words as well. Yeah, that's good.
Perfect. 10 points to Andy, Sarika, and we move on to the next question to Necro, which is this. Necro, around 92 years ago, on April 18, 1930, a news announcer said that they had nothing to communicate. There is new news, was the script of the 8:45 news bulletin before piano music was played for the next 15-minute segment, which sounds strange about if you look at the way news is handled today. But that's the reason it was very famous, or it is very famous. Name that news channel.
So 1930. Doesn't say where it is. So I will go for the Western. So I got two in my mind. I will try the first one. BBC.
That is the right answer. British Broadcasting.
My next one will be CNN.
Yes, I don't think CNN was there in 19.
CNN was not even created at that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
CNN wasn't
okay.
there. But it's very fascinating, right? That you think a news reporter would come and say, there is no news, and he would go away, and piano would just play for 15 minutes. Great answer, Nikro. 10 points to Nikro for that. Sarika, you've taken the previous point for Andy as well, right?
Yeah, I
It was
do.
awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we move on to Brijesh for the next question, which is the last question of this round. Then we move on to the Atlassian category. Brijesh, this is your question. Dash are naturally born dull gray. The bright color comes from beta carotene, a pigment found in high amounts of algae, brine larvae, and brine shrimp that they eat in their wetland environment. What species are we talking about?
Dolphins.
Not dolphins.
Can I give one more answer?
We'll come back to you for that.
Okay.
Andy, your chance.
This has to be flamingos, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I was thinking whales.
That was my next guess exactly. So, but yeah.
Yeah, so they are technically ball dull gray color, but the amount of shrimp that they eat makes their feathers and gives that pink color. 10 points to Andy for that question, and we go on to the Atlassian community ecosystem category for the next question for Nikro and Sarika. Over to you.
Oh, conference.
Sarika, can you hear us? The screen is frozen.
She froze, yeah.
I was better in Jira.
So we'll wait for a minute, Sajid. My screen got hanged.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Not sure.
No, we can hear you as well.
I'm adding a point, 10 points to Andy, right?
That's right. For the last
just
question.
give me a minute.
All right. And we are on the next round for the ecosystem questions. Can you see my screen?
We can see the ecosystem question round two.
So I'm
about
not going
conference,
to the actual question until Sarika confirms that.
Yes, I'm back.
All right, Sarika's back. So, Nikro, this is your question. Go ahead, Sarika.
So round two will be all about Confluence. So we have to guess this logo is associated with which type of Confluence space that we use to collaborate and share resources. I think we are talking about a space.
Oh, this is the one time that I'm like, why do I always change the logos to something unique?
Like collaborate and share resources. This shouldn't be the document space.
Not the
not
document space. We move on. Brijesh.
Collaborate and share resources. I am sure the one has some meaning, and no, I'll pass.
All right. Over to you, Andy.
It looks like a sports shirt, so for me it could only be the team space.
That is the right answer. Team collaboration space is the right answer for
Andy
that
is
question.
amazing.
10 points to Andy.
Pulled that one out of the bag. If the one wasn't there, I'd just be like, blue space.
All right, we move on to the next question to you, Nikro. Here it is.
Nikro or Brijesh?
No, so Andy answered, so it's Nikro again, right?
Okay, yeah, Nikro, correct. So what is the name of the template on a Confluence page which will help in starting project effectively by aligning on expectation and goals with your team, also associated with logo shown below? So this is a template we are talking about.
Confluence template, and look for the description, which helps in starting projects effectively. and the logo is also kind of a help.
I don't recall all the template lists because we have a tailor-made one, and then we never use the original template. This looks like a thread, something like goals or something. Product goals, or I'm not sure the exact name. Product
About
goals?
project.
No.
No, okay.
That, moving on, Vijesh.
So, objectives?
Not objectives. We move on to Andy.
Planning?
Not planning. So we'll give out a smaller hint here. Again, look at the flag, right? So, and the sentence, it says starting project effectively. And the main hint that I would give you, Nikro, and from I feel now Brijesh has got the right answer, but sadly we have moved on. The other hint that I would say is the name of the template is also associated with football. Yeah, that's decent enough.
Whose turn is it?
It's Nikro's
My turn.
Nikro's
The-
turn.
It's a term that is associated with football as well. When you are starting a football match, you're starting projects, anything associated with starting, that's the word that you say.
I'm glad I'm going to get it before Andy, if at all, Nikro.
Oh,
Go on,
you're
Nikro.
putting pressure on me.
on, Nikro.
Both
You can
your
do it.
opponents
You
are
can do it.
just
You
thinking,
can do it.
sitting there.
Come on, Nikro.
Think about project football.
Milestone? No, it's all related to football.
We move on to you,
Okay,
Brijesh.
pass it. Bridget, go ahead.
Kickoff.
That's right. The kickoff,
Yeah.
project kickoff template. That's the football term that I just suddenly thought of. So yes, that's the template.
Okay.
So after hint, Brijesh gets 5 points for that question, Sarika.
Yeah.
That flag is so not a kickoff, but okay.
I know. I know.
Hmm.
All right, we move on to you, Andy, for the next question.
So, what is the name of the template on a Confluence page which helps to define scope and plan milestone of your project? Also associated with this logo shown below. So this is also one of the templates.
I don't recognize that. Well, I only recognize that logo as actions when you're adding an action on a page, but it's about the page itself. I mean, the template I use all the time, or I used to use all the time in software projects at a different company, was requirements. I'm going to go with requirements templates. Yeah, requirements
Not
page template.
requirements. We move on, Nikro.
Define scope plan. I will go for the is that something related like project plan?
That is
Project
the
plan
right
template?
answer. The project plan template is the one with the tick box. So Andy was very close. It actually looks like an action item list, but that's the official logo for the project plan template. 10 points to Nikro because there was no hint given. And we move on to Brijesh for the final question in this category. Here you go, Brijesh.
Yes. So what is the name of the template which will help to keep which helps to keep your team updated on what everyone is doing each day?
Notifications. Hold on. Activity list.
No.
Not activity list. Move on, Andy.
I have no idea. Name the template which helps to keep your team updated on what everyone is doing each day. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with alerts. Throw something out there and move on.
Nikro.
To be honest, well, if you're running agile, I'm doing something daily, but I don't really understand there's a template for that. But it's for like Atlassian is a tools like catering for agility. If there's doing every day, I would go to like something like daily Scrum or daily stand-up.
That is the right answer.
Oh,
It is
nice.
the daily stand-up template that is available
But,
on Confluence.
frankly, I didn't know this template.
So that's the hope with this quiz, that our community members can get out of our box features that we are not using. But great crack with the hint that was given from the question itself. Good catch, Nikro. With that, 10 points to Nikro for that question. And we go back to the general category for one last time. And we start with you, Brijesh. And this is your question. In 1867, Dash found that by mixing nitroglycerin with diatomaceous earth, the resulting compound was stable paste that could be used to blast through rock. Dash patented this invention as dynamite, for the Greek word dunamis or power. After being called the merchant of death, he became determined to do something to improve his legacy. Name the person, or how do we know him now?
Dynamite.
I feel Nikro knows the answer.
I will go for the same. I will go for the same. Yeah, no, I don't know the answer.
So in 1867, invented dynamite, and people started calling him the merchant of death. So he became determined to do something to improve his legacy. Name the person, or how do we know him now? It's the same answer. Gonna give it a try, Brijesh.
So trying to find out. Nothing is, yeah, I know it's, I'm going to do this when I'm finding out the name, but pass on to Andy.
All right, Andy, over to you.
No idea. No idea. I'll pass.
All right, Nikro.
Okay, dynamite is not the answer. The other word come into my mind is TNT. But it's not a name.
No, not TNT. All right, so I'll give a hint and I'll ask the question to you again, Brijesh. As again, I'll reiterate what I have been saying all this while. He created dynamite, but that's not what he's mostly known for. He's mostly known for this other thing that improved his legacy, like to the point of that we can see in the panel today. Nobody knows who created dynamite, because I'm pretty sure the answer you know, because that's how famous it is. He was called Merchant of Death, but he was so determined that he invested in an award.
Award?
And that award was named after him. And that's how we know him now.
That's a massive hint.
All right, so I think hold on, give me 1 second. I'm blanking out over here. Oh, come on. What's the award for science and
Don't give me 5 points, Brijesh.
No. Yeah, that's what. Hold on. I have my 90 seconds or whatever time.
Yeah.
It's not Oscar.
Oh, no.
Don't go for
Oh,
Oscar.
Necro, that's hard.
Oh,
Come
that's
on.
cruel, Nikro.
10 extra seconds for Brijesh to think and collect himself after that. It was a good joke though, Necro.
No, I'm serious.
All right, Brijesh. Give it a shot.
Oh God, why am I blanking out? I know it's not Oscar, and I know shucks. give it out every year.
I didn't say that they give it out every year, but you can still think of that. But he invested in an award which is very famous, and that's what we know him for. To this day, it's there. All right, last 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'll pass.
All right,
yeah.
Andy, over to you.
Is it Nobel?
That's right. Alfred Nobel was the inventor of dynamite, was called Merchant of Death. There's an actual very interesting story that when Alfred Nobel's brother died, the paper started calling them, they thought the Alfred Nobel had died and they started printing out Merchant of Death is now dead or something like that. He was so disappointed by it that he defined, that I'll change my entire history about it. And he invested in the Nobel Prize. And the guy who invented dynamite is the sponsor and the creator of the Nobel Peace Prize. So, yeah, that's
a good one.
Yeah.
5 points.
Yeah, it was that Oscar that totally. I know it was Old Noble, and
Sorry.
in fact, I knew that those guys funded, the same, the dynamite thing. So there is a correlation. It's just that I couldn't think of Noble.
All right. 5 points to Andy for that. Great crack. We move on to the next question, which is the last question of the general category, because we're only having 2. Then we'll have 2 more questions from the Atlassian ecosystem category. Nikro, this is your final question from the general category. At 1080 feet, the Ryugyong Hotel is the tallest unoccupied building in the world. The halt in construction, the rumors of associated problems, and the mystery about its future led media to dub it the Hotel of Doom. Where is it situated?
From the word, I think I can guess either Japan or Korea. But it doesn't look like really Japanese. Ryu is Japanese, but Grog is not Japanese, so I will go for Korea. Hotel of Doom. Love Korea.
Sorry?
Love Korea.
North Korea is the right answer. 10 points to Nikro.
Thank you.
All right, that's great. It's just so funny that it came to you, because I'm pretty sure nobody would have known what Ryu is a Japanese word or not if it came.
Yeah. That's an Asian advantage.
And I would have never guessed it would be North, right?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, great track there. That's the hotel, which is called the Hotel of Doom. We move on to the final 2 questions of the evening, and I hand it over to Sarika to ask Brijesh this question.
Sure. With more than 11K installs, this logo belongs to which add-on from the Atlassian marketplace, which helps you to take your project or product portfolio management to the next level? You have to guess the app name here.
It has 11,000 installs, and the official definition says will help you take your product portfolio management to the next level. Come on.
Bit, not big. It's not product roadmap, advanced roadmap. Is advanced roadmap considered as an app, or is it part of the Atlassian?
We sadly
It's a
cannot
trick.
answer.
It's a trick one.
I'm just gonna say advanced roadmap.
Not advanced roadmaps, and no, advanced roadmap is now not considered as an add-on. Earlier when it was portfolio, it was, but not now. Andy.
I really don't recognize any logos today, so that logo doesn't help me at all. But the only thing that came to my mind was Big Picture.
That is right. Big Picture from AppFire is the right answer. It is the add-on which, as the official definition says, helps you take your project portfolio management to next level. 10 points to Andy for that great crack. With that, we move on to Nikro for the final question of the evening. Sorry,
Bridges was pretty close because like the roadmap is actually integrated.
That's right.
After the data center and cloud version, so
Yeah.
it's no longer a plug-in. But I don't know the big picture answer as well.
All right. So with that, we move on to the final question of the evening. Nikro, it's for you.
Oh.
Go ahead, Sarika.
Yeah. So with more than 17K install, this logo belongs to which add-on from the Atlassian marketplace, which is a powerful and all-in-one Jira automation which can quickly customize and expand your automation process.
I feel Andy knows this and just trying to hide it.
Poker face.
I didn't try to like automate that with other plug-in. I do know the CI/CD pipeline for the
17,000 installs, so it is a fairly common add-on, a fairly famous add-on.
I'll pass this one.
All right, we move on to you, Brajesh.
Again, I'm blanking on it. Go ahead, Andy.
Go ahead, Andy.
I was literally going through Jira automation basics the other day, but I was on the Atlassian user guide, not the marketplace. My mind's gone so blank.
Feel like we might need to give a hint, so I'm just researching the hint.
You know, my mind is blank, so let's go with the hints and we'll pass it over.
Before giving the hint, I think let's give one more round because this question can be a game changer from last 2 rounds.
Oh, all right. Then I think, does anybody want to, like, do you guys want a hint or do you guys want to like move forward with giving?
I think we can use some additional time to think about this app.
Yeah, so then we'll move on to you, and Nikros, and it's your choice because this was your question. If you want a hint, we'll give you a hint. But if you want to give it a go without a hint, I think Sarika was kind enough to tell us that the final scores are very tight.
So sounds like if I didn't got the hints, then I will probably tie the game or out the game. But I don't really use something like that. Okay, I have a hint, but I guess I won't get it.
All right, so you'll have a hint. The hint is that the app is from our dear friends at AppFire. All right, and as it says, it's an automation powerful all-in-one Jira automation app which can quickly customize and expand your automated processes. The most common usage you'll find this is when you are working with workflows, and that's your hint.
What?
Yeah, that's a fairly good hint, right, Sarika? What do you think?
Yeah.
No, I can't get that one.
All right, we move on. Brijesh, do you want to give it a shot?
Can I say the acronym or do I have to?
Anything would do.
We use it.
Okay.
And I call it JMWE stuff.
That is the right answer. JMWE or Jira Miscellaneous Workflow Extensions from AppFire is the app. That is the right answer. Brijesh gets 5 points for it.
Okay, thank you. Even though that did not make any decision with respect to tiebreaker because I know where I stand.
No, but great game, guys. Thank you for playing. I'll hand it over to Sarika for the final scores.
Sure, Sajid. So I think this round will be because third person didn't join, so one person got a chance to achieve a very good score out as compared to last 2 seasons. So I will start scoring with Brijesh. So Brijesh scored 0.25.
Right, 25 points.
Crow scored 0.30 and
Right.
Andy
30.
scored 0.90.
90. Oh my god, then why were you
Oh
saying
my
that
God.
this question can make a difference?
Yeah, it's not a
It
game
was
changer.
between second and third, I think she meant.
Because it's if he answered that question, it could be 100 points, right?
Oh, and
And
also
Yeah,
there
you're
would have
right.
been a very close tied between Nikro and Brijesh for second and third position.
Oh, that's
but
No,
funny.
great.
saying
Oh man,
that,
Andy,
but
you.
it is I think it's a great number that he achieved. I think in the next session, if 4 participants are joining, then it will be difficult to achieve that number. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying.
true. That's
That's
true.
true.
Because
That's
this
true.
guy,
True.
he can make a 100, but that's why I thought we will not give hint.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully
Okay,
next,
great.
next time there's 4.
It could be a trivia question, Sajid. So Andy could be an answer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For season 2, definitely Andy is going to be one of the questions.
Nice.
So if you've been part of Atlassian community for 5 years, you know there can be a lot of questions for which Andy can be the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
And a lot of them end with the answer speedos. So you know.
I just did not want to say that out loud. Awesome.
The trivia question is how many speedos does Andy own? Not does he have a speedo, but how many?
Yeah. Oh. All right. Great.
Good one,
Thank you,
good
thank
one.
you, Andy. Thank you, Brijesh. Thank you, Nikro, for participating. It was
Thank
a fun
you
quiz.
guys
We
too.
loved it. It was the energy that you guys bounced off of each other. We just totally vibed with it. And thank you guys for joining. I'm just in a minute opening up we have a couple of participants that I see. I see Meghna, Morgan, and Theodora were also watching the entire quiz. So I'm promoting them to panelists so that if they want to speak, they can speak. And congratulate Andy on a brilliant performance today.
Good one, Andy.
Yay!
Go hunt the game.
Yeah.
Morgan was
Well done,
looking at-
Andy. It's going to be really awkward when we have to compete against each other in
Yeah.
the finals.
Maybe we could just make it an Old Street finals and it's just it doesn't matter who wins. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, it still does.
Yeah, absolutely. Nah, this was really good fun, guys. The moment I saw the very first promotion of this on LinkedIn, I just knew this was going to be one of the funnest events of the whole year. It's so awesome. Such a great concept, and thank you so much for putting this together. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you.
Congratulations
Meghna,
to the winners.
anything, Theodora, anything that you guys want to say? It's like
Just wanted
crazy
to
that
congratulate.
you
I
guys stood
just
on
saw
for
the
1 hour. Sorry, go ahead, Meghna.
Sorry, I just wanted to congratulate. I just saw the participants for today, and I was rooting for Andy because I just thought, I mean, he's gonna win, but 90 marks. I mean, this is great. So impressed.
Thanks,
Good
Meghna.
work.
Thank you.
Looks like the other person already knew about Andy also, and that's why they didn't show up.
Maybe.
Yeah, saving time.
Oh,
Oh man, Paras just gave the advantage to Andy, saying that, hey Andy, you can go ahead and try scoring triple digits on a quiz show if you can.
no, but
Yeah.
such a good participation. I mean, such good questions, but everybody, was giving such close answers. I was just glued to
Yeah.
the screen. Good.
Oh, it was pretty fun to watch. Actually, there were some questions that I know the answers, but I just don't want to use Google because it's so much fun to see how everyone are thinking about it. So, oh no, I know something, but like the Confluence templates, I'm like spending my life in Confluence, and then you see this icon, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I have the same.
So I spend my life in Confluence. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can join us in the next session, Theodora.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I am good at
Just
finding
try.
answers to
Just try.
situations.
You can give and try at least.